typically, if we get a back up above these lines and the rain line is held, then this is a bullish formation, as was the angel and demon formation. This megaphone pattern, small megaphone, tends to be bearish, but because we've had the rising moving averages, I said this would be the hard part. And if the shorts cannot close the gap, then obviously they don't have the same firepower. I still think that this is probably a news event. Zeke, thank you for that post. No votes to pass the tax cut bill. That's got to have helped. Anybody that is looking to short, we've said using 48 to 52's resistance, and think of it as scalp short. Half gap trade has been done, not the gap. This is a reactionary trade, and we are still inside that last high from yesterday and obviously today's support. So the beginning of the month bias is certainly not negative. It tends to be positive. And the only way that would make me change my mind about that today was if we took out the overnight low. And could that happen? Sure. Will it? Probably not. I'm thinking still much more neutral range type trading. And if we came out the top today, that would also surprise me. I was thinking the better odds would be inside this range that we've already got established. Aqueduct buyers, if you bought or rebought or added, and typically the blue line area is where you would re-add. Ride your trailers for a couple of minutes. We've got about 10 minutes left in the hour. The objective, we said early, for the boys will be to try to knock out that last high. And by last high, I'm referring to at the close of the market yesterday. So anybody that is long, make sure you're paid by that or stops up. And this was like 51.5. I'm still thinking two-way day. Maybe totally wrong about that. I'm still thinking two-way day, but because we went from low to high, you have to respect the idea of buying pullbacks. And because of yesterday's strength, like I said, that's certainly not a bearish thing. And we talked earlier about retest failure. Does this make more sense now for retest failure? In other words, does this high hold or not? That's retest failure. Could be double top, could be breaks it, could be it stalls underneath it. But the idea of coming back to say, wait a minute, is this all there is? Because theoretically, today's buy is a morning after trend day buy, correct? So I said, got to be very careful at that 42 to 43 half gap area. Okay, see you later. Anybody who's long, make sure you are paid coming into that, or just bring your stops up if you think you're going to get lucky. Take what you can is my advice. Nice trade if you took today's contra. Convenient trade, bounce, half gap trade, makes perfect sense. We said we don't know if we can get the gap because we're coming into rising moving averages. That makes it much harder. And most traders thinking that it was going to be a plunge, but you can't think that way. I'm still thinking neutrally.